That's not new. Welcome to Live with the Creativity Cave. I'm glowing. I'm Dina Rico, and I'm so excited to be stamping with you. I'm not going to lie, there's a mess on my desk, but that's what happens when you get crafty. I have been working on all kinds of stamping projects today. So I am excited to have you here. I am putting my Stampin' Lips on, and we are going to get going. It's going to be a great day. It's got to be great because I finished doing my taxes this weekend, and that's the kind of thing that makes you want to gouge your eyes out. So I'm really happy to be just about done with that. We just have to put our numbers in and see how much we owe, or I don't think we'll be getting a refund. It would be a miracle, but hopefully it's not going to be enough to make me need wine. But it's always good to get that done. Ugh, so much paperwork to go through. I hate paperwork. It's the least fun part of my job. But it is nice to be able to write my stamping supplies off. Oh, I hate this time every year. I've been talking to my besties, Kelly and Barb, about this, and we've all agreed that people who keep track of their information and work on it like every, as it happens throughout the year, they're psychopaths, clearly. Because only normal people would be doing it all at once. Because that's how we are, right? Well, anyway, we also had a busy weekend here. Besides all of the taxes, my son had a track meet all day Saturday, and we came in and left and came back in again to watch his 2 races, and he ran pretty well. It is a really great it's really great to be able to watch him run and be able to come back. His next meet, I don't think we can do that for because it's further away. So it's just been, so I just love watching him run. The weather has not been great. It was really nice. It was really nice that we had sun on Saturday. It was actually pretty nice. I was dressed and prepared for it to be much cooler than it was, so I was pleasantly surprised because earlier in the week it was very cold. I think it's supposed to get kind of crummy again. I can't remember now. I know Barb said she has a foot of snow headed her way. I have to ask her how that's all going. It's really unfortunate when it feels the need to snow at this point. Ooh, tomorrow's going to be warm again. Then Thursday will be cold. That's good. I love it. Tomorrow, partly sunny. I just love there being sun during the day and not being cloudy. It's just so wonderful. So anyway, who is it? Becky is in a storm watch starting tomorrow up to 20 inches. Oh my gosh, that's just wrong, Becky. I hope you have some fun stamps to play with while you're stuck inside, which I'm assuming you are. Oh, 20 inches. That is just wrong. Just wrong. 25 degrees and snow melting here in the North Pole. Thank you for checking in. I love that. It is spring, right? No matter what you're at. It's pretty nice here. I don't remember what the temperature is. The sun peeked out for a minute. It's about 60-ish here. Yesterday we had just the best day. And it was so windy, but we took Izzy out to the dog park so she could run and 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 run, which she did. And then she came back here and was exhausted. So that was fabulous. I love when she's exhausted. And what else? Oh, I posted this on my personal Facebook, but my sister, or not my sister, my daughter was featured in PC Mag, which I think is a website, not an actual like print magazine, but I don't know. Anyway, they featured her in her magazine about TikTok channels because she sort of has gone viral. I think I mentioned this a while ago. Anyway, I uh, I am just so proud of her because they interviewed her about her TikTok channel. She started TikTok, or I don't know if channel is the right word because I don't know, I'm so old and lame, I'm not sure. But she has a TikTok and it has almost 100,000 subscribers. She started it over Christmas break. So basically since January. And she's got all these followers. And so they interviewed her. It was so cool. Her TikTok is about coding. And specifically, probably, I think it's for everybody, but her goal is to get girls interested in coding, as in computer software coding. Believe me, I don't even have a clue as to what she really does. But it was so exciting to see that. She was interviewed and featured in this article. And so I'm really proud of her. And she's pretty excited too. I talked to her and I have to giggle because she texted us the link. And then, of course, I shared it on Facebook and I said I was going to. And so Andy's mom saw it. And she goes, yeah, and somehow grandma found out before I could even tell her. And I was like, yeah, that was me. Sorry. But I'm just so proud of her because she really has worked hard. And so I'm a little sad because I asked her if she would be coming home for Easter and she said no. So I am really bummed about that. And I can't remember. She had, oh, I know. So she's going to a concert instead. I'm not even going to start on that. It's actually Thursday. And then she didn't think she'd be able to get home because she's spending the night Thursday night. And then I don't know if they have like a day off of school or what. But anyway, so she's not coming home for Easter, which I'm a little bit sad about, but I understand. Because she also this week has to lead a physics study group. It's the little teacher daughter in me that I'm so happy about. She has to lead a teacher's study, or I'm sorry, she is leading a study group for physics. That part I don't know because I would never have led a study group for physics, but like as in a whole bunch of people come, a whole bunch of students come, and her professor actually asked her to do that. So I'm not exactly sure how that all happened, but she's doing it and I'm really proud of her. And then she has 2 tests next week. So I was like, oh, okay. But that means I can send her Easter treats to her. So she has some Easter treats to enjoy since she can't come home. So anyway, that is the update on my family. I know you all needed to know that. And oh, actually, I have one more update and it's about Carl. I think you guys will all get a kick out of this. So as if you watched, you know, that Carl got a job at Subway, right? And he is quite the go-getter. So he decided to take some initiative and create some checklists for work because they didn't have checklists for the different things like closing or how to stock certain things and all those things, all the things. And so he took it upon himself to create these checklists and brought them into work. And apparently they were very excited about them. So I thought that was funny. He's really looking for a raise. And I think he's probably pretty close to getting one because I think at this point, if you simply show up more, like on a regular basis, you're good to go. So I have to kind of giggle about that. But he's doing well with work. And then last night, well, anyway, I'm gonna leave that one go. There was another little thing But anyway, I won't embarrass him too much. But bless his heart, he's working hard. I think he got his first paycheck and he's pretty excited about it. So that was good. I was worried he was going to be mad because he like worked all these hours and only got that, but it was all right. Someone said I'm blessed with two wonderful kids. I do have wonderful kids, but let me tell you, we have put the work in. Oh my gosh. There were days, there are still days for both of them, and I just wonder, but I do like to celebrate them. I don't usually tell you all the bad stuff that happens with them, so please know that when I celebrate my children, there's plenty of things that they do that make me want to strangle them, just so we're clear. I mean, I got to present the full picture, right? I have often told my kids that TV or social media portray, what they want you to see about whatever it is you're watching. And so I want y'all to know that those two aren't a cakewalk. There have been plenty of times that I've just been like, ugh. So anyway, yeah. Oh, kids and puppies. Oh. I wish somebody would teach my puppy that she can sleep in on the weekends. I don't know if she's gotten that memo yet. I wish she could really work on that. We're trying, like we don't, if she whines and whatnot, we don't give in to her, but yeah, she just, I don't know. I don't know if it's the light that wakes her up, because now that it's light longer. But I just wish, give me like an extra 30 minutes on the weekends. That would be okay. All right, so I've got a few announcements. I got to finish cleaning up my space so I can flip my camera and not be embarrassed by what you see. But I've got some great projects for you today. And I hope that you're going to love them. We also have some fun stuff coming up this week. So first off, it is game night week. Yay! At the Creativity Cave, and I'm very excited about this. Game night is going to be tomorrow night, and unlike in the past, I have made game night exclusive to people who register. So if you have watched game night before, you do need to be registered in order to watch it moving forward. I sent out a link for the live earlier today. I don't want to say afternoon because I think it was still morning when I sent it, but I can't remember exactly. Anyway, if you did not receive it, I will send another one tomorrow, but make sure you have the link handy before game night starts at 7 tomorrow night, 7 Central. It is 5:13 right now, so if that helps you gauge your time zones. And we are going to have a great time. I already have posted the clues to mystery stamping in our Facebook group, so make sure you check that out. Oh, and you know what? I just realized I think I have the wrong links in the in the description of this video. Okay. Sorry. I'm trying to help. I have a team member who's asking me about her on tour link, and I'm sure she doesn't know, but she's trying to find On Tour, which is a Stampin' Up event for demonstrators. Anyway, okay, so I'm really looking forward to on our game night. It's going to be super fun. I've changed a few things. I've got some fun stuff lined up for you that I think you're going to really enjoy. So if you haven't already registered, please do. You can email me to get the link to register. And if you're on my mailing list, you'll have received the link last week. I sent it out again. So check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun. We are using 3 sets, or I should say, well, 2 are bundles, one's a set. I just had to grab them. Okay. So the first set is the Oceanfront stamp set. Oh, I just love this. So easy. Really great. Really great to use this set for simple cards. We're going to make some really cute cards with them. And then the Cactus Cuties bundle. This comes with a punch. And I'll actually, do I have my cards handy? I will give you a preview of one of the cards. This is one of the cards we're going to make tomorrow. So I love this one. So fun. I love this set. It's really a great set. Also very easy to make cards. And then the third is the Flowering Rain Boots bundle. Such a fun set as well for spring. Now, whenever you register for game night, these are the sets that I used. But if you don't have them or don't want to use them, you can do whatever you want. You can easily substitute other sets, of course. Game night cost, I believe, is $45. It includes a goodie bag with all kinds of fun things, pre-cut cardstock for 6 projects, of course, all the tutorials in a PDF with everything in there, 4 games of bingo, 1 opportunity of mystery stamping, which is happening now and will continue until tomorrow afternoon in the Stampin' Game Night Workshop, Creativity Cave Stampin' Game Night Workshop. It's a Facebook group. Game Night, what is it called? It's my group, you'd think I'd know. Stampin' Game Night Workshop with the Creativity Cave. That's the name of the group. Goodness. So I've posted all the clues in there, so check that out. And then, of course, once you have created your project, make sure and share. Ooh, there's a really pretty one in there too already. Somebody shared. And then tomorrow night is game night. It's going to be lots of fun. So we'll make our projects. And you might be thinking, how will I have my packet? Don't worry. I always mail them after game night, for a variety of reasons, mainly, because I don't trust the postal service to get your package to you on time. I don't want there to be stress. So you can enjoy the games, you can concentrate on your bingo, enjoy the projects, and it will all be so much fun. Can you register to watch game night outside the US? Ooh, that's a good question, Lee. If you email me, I will shoot you an answer to that. And then, because she lives outside of the country. If you are interested in watching game night, and you live in a different country, please contact me. Drop me an email and I will figure that out for you. Okay. All right. Okay. So, ooh, I've got some stuff to share with you. So I'm going to flip my camera around so I can show you, because I have visual aids. You know, I love having visual aids. So good. And then we will get stamping. Okay, so first off, let me flip this around. Okay, so first off, I am excited to announce that starting tomorrow, I will have registrations opening for my InColor Club, and it's InColor Club Your Way. There are several options for you to join this club. The first option is to get all the InColor stuff and break your payments up over 5 months. The other option is to do it all at once. And then another option is to order your own items, not the specific items I select, on your own. And then, so there's varying costs and everything. It's a little bit more than I want to explain right now. in my live, but I will have a complete breakdown of how it will work for you in an email. So if you're not on my mailing list, make sure you check the link in the description of this to join my mailing list. I think it's towards the bottom, and the email will go out tomorrow morning. But I'm really excited about it. It's 5 months. Now, here's what you get if you join. Of course, you'll get all the InColor goodies. You will get 15 projects. And with those projects will come pre-cut cardstock to make the 15 projects. They'll be projects kind of geared towards any kind of stamp sets. I'll feature a bunch of different new products and current products that we've already have to showcase our new InColors, but they will definitely be easily altered to fit what you have. And then the other thing for Color Club is you can also join our Facebook group, which will have some card challenges each month that you can participate in. There will be prizes. There are also going to be lots of freebies that come to people who complete the InColor Club, including a package of dots, a roll, or actually a package of the new twine, some color coach cards, and a whole bunch of additional color combinations will be shared with you. And then, of course, those 15 projects, which you will get 3 each month. And so it's going to be a really awesome club. I think you guys are going to love it. And I've tried to make it as flexible as possible. So for instance, if you're a demonstrator and you already pre-ordered the InColor stuff, you can still join. So there'll be information about that. You'll still need to order, but you can choose what you order. So that'll be pretty great. And then you'll still get all the goodies. So again, registration for this is going to open tomorrow, and make sure that you're on my mailing list. And so you can check that out. I have 2 classes this month coming out at the end of the month, and I really love both of them a lot. The first is the On the Horizon Creativity to Go kit. This features the New Horizons suite of products. It's the stamp set and DSP and dies, and oh, it's all amazing. I'm so excited about the cards. They're really simple, but really awesome. Like they really pack a lot of punch. And I think you're going to love the creative use of the stuff that comes with this. We made a really cool card with this last time, I believe. Well, actually, I was in... it was a separate video last time that I created. Anyway, or not last time, last week on my blog. So anyway, it's going to be a great class. I do really recommend it because I've packed a lot of good stuff in here as well. So it's going to be fun. Like I said, I'm really excited about the projects. I also have a fun fold card class. It's super fun. We have packed 9 different fun folds into this class, and they're all amazing. I think you're really going to love this one as well. The Fun Folds class is going to feature the Dahlia Days bundle, and of course you can use other stamps. This one will be easy to substitute as well. But if you would like to get that, you can add it to your registration. And then I just have to show you, this is my silly graphic for that. It's from Schitt's Creek. Fold in the cheese. You know that scene? Oh my gosh, it's so funny. It's like a total meme. But anyway, if you know this show, you will, if you know, you know. Okay, someone was asking how to get registered for game night. Just drop me an email. My email is drekow@yahoo.com, and I will email you the link to register. It's so awesome. Linda's asking, can Carl create a class and a club tech list for you? Oh my gosh. I can only imagine what he would do with that, Linda. It would be frightening. Like, oh dear. So anyway, but here is my email for those of you asking. We would love to have you. It is so much fun. Oh my gosh, game night's like my favorite. We haven't had it for a while, so I'm let's just say I've got a lot of pent up game night energy that I can't wait to release next week. Monica, Linda, honey, no. Oh, that's funny. Okay. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay. And then last but not least, well, actually second to last but not least, I also have my Sunshine and Creativity delivered boxes. Now, these are our box for May is something you need to subscribe to by April 30th. It will feature InColor projects, but make no mistake, they are completely separate from what's happening in my club. It'll be pretty awesome. And then finally, if you spend $50 or more in my online store, my Stampin' Up! Store, you can get this all-star tutorial PDF for free, which is pretty awesome. Somebody said next week, tomorrow. No, game night is tomorrow night. Did I say next week? I meant tomorrow. Sorry if I didn't want there to be any confusion. Yes, it's tomorrow. Woo! Okay, so many things to tell you about. All right, I'm done. If you have any questions about any of that, just let me know because I'll gladly go through it again. And I apologize if I spoke incorrectly about anything. Game night is tomorrow. All right, so first up, I saw this, well, I should say a little different version of this someplace, and I just had to create it with you guys. I knew you were going to love it. So I thought we'd make a little Easter card. And like any good Easter card, it will indeed have a squishy butt on it of a Easter creature. Not a butt on a card, but a butt on the creature. Okay. You'll see. I'm going to start myself out with a crumb cake card base. And then I've got a scrap of white that I lost already. Figures. Let me grab it. Oops. Oh my gosh. Do you ever drop your heat tool and then it starts? No, just me. I'm not surprised. Okay, so we are going to make a really cute card. And to do that, I need a couple of punches to help me. I'm going to make a bunny out of a daisy and a ladybug, as one does, right? Okay, so I'm going to take my ladybug punch. This is found in our mini catalog. And I'm going to punch a ladybug. Actually, I'm going to punch two. I probably don't have to have two, but, well, no, I don't need two. What am I talking about? And then I'm going to take my daisy punch. This is the larger daisy punch that's getting retired. And you only need part of it. So you can see I've got part of it here. And I just need 2 bunny ears out of this. Okay, now you can leave the bunny ears as is, or you can split them apart so you can alter how they line up. I also am going to take and, of course, cut off the antenna because, as we know, that bunnies do not have antenna. They have ears. Okay, so you can put your bunny ears on like this, like I mentioned, or you can take and snip them apart and adhere them together so they're not quite so wide apart. So I'm just going to put a little seal on here. I use my silicone mat because I can put adhesive on just that weird spot and whatever sticks out won't stick to my surface, which is kind of handy. Okay, so I've got my little bunny ears are a little closer together, which I like doing. It's kind of fun. I like the look of it. Okay. So now here we have a body and now we have ears, bunny ears. So we can make our bunny, and I chose to do a white bunny. Of course, you can do a bunny in so many color combinations. You could do a pink bunny, you could do a crumb cake bunny, you could do lots of different bunny colors. So I think this is really sweet. Okay, so here we go. So I've got my bunny. Now, as promised, a bunny butt is really the key to any successful bunny, if in my personal opinion. Okay, so I have a bunny butt. This is, let's focus on that a little better. Come on. There we go. This is a flower from the pierced bloom dies, which are on my must-have of the retiring list. They're still available. And then this die, I'll pull the die out. It's like a 2-piece die. It just has 2 of these. Okay. So I die cut that out of, this is Blushing Bride cardstock. And I'm going to just foof it because, I mean, you know. Oh, so cute. And we'll stick this down on here like so. And then I like to take my Take Your Pick tool to pop it off. And then we'll stick the bunny butt right in the middle of the bunny. And see, it's squishy. Squish, 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 squish. Okay, kind of like my kids' butts, but not so much now. Apparently they don't think I should be able to squeeze their bums anymore. Whatever. Okay, kidding, but not kidding. All right, so here's my bunny. So you can see it's a butt view of the bunny because here's his butt. And then, so obviously he has no eyes. It's just his butt. Okay, so now I'm going to set that aside and then we're going to put the rest of our card together. But oh my gosh, it's so cute. All right, so we made a bunny out of a ladybug and a daisy, as one does, right? For sure. And I'm going to put this die back before I lose it. All right. This, by the way, is just the most magical set of dies in the whole world. So if you don't have it, you must get it. There's nothing quite as awesome as this coming. So I highly, highly, highly recommend it. The stamp set's already sold out. Sorry. But the punch, or the dies, I'm sorry, are really awesome. Okay. So now I've cut myself a piece of cardstock. Oops. And I'm going to take some grass, and this grass is from the Wildflower Path stamp set. This is a set that's in the current mini catalog, but it's also going to be in the next annual catalog. And we're going to make another card with this. But I'm taking the grass out of here for right now, and we're going to stamp this across here in some Pear Pizzazz ink. So I'm just going to do, you know, about half the grass length on here, like so. And then, and by the way, this panel, because I know y'all are going to ask me, is 4 1/8 by 2 7/8 inches. And then I'm going to adhere that to a piece of Pear Pizzazz cardstock that is 4 3/8 by 3 1/8. Okay, so cute. Did I happen to do a video of my must-haves on the retired list? I did. It's when I announced all the retired items. I highlighted what I felt were the must-haves in there. So yeah, it's on my YouTube channel. It was a live, and it says something about retiring items in the title. So yes, ma'am, I did. I also emailed that information out too. So if you're on my mailing email list, you would have received my top picks also. Okay, and then I also did a video with samples from all the samples I have of retiring items. And that video was done, I think last week, or was it last week? No, maybe the week, I can't remember. I don't remember. Oh, it was last week. Because the weekend before I put all the samples together, because that was quite a lot of work. Okay, so I've popped this panel up onto my crumb cake card base, and then I'm going to add my little bunny right here off to the side. Oh, you know what I was going to do? Shoot. I was going to sponge some color on here, but I think that ship has sailed. I think that ship has definitely sailed. So, ooh, but you know what I could do? I could take my cloud punch and carefully sponge a little color on. Let me show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to punch my cloud, and then I'm going to use this as like a mask to do some clouds in the background. So I'm going to take some Pool Party ink and my blending brush, and we're going to go real light on this since it's already on here. And I'm just going to blend some sky on here. Again, I want it to be pretty light, in part because it's already on my card. And I know you won't see this super clearly, but trust me, oh, it's going to be cute. And then I can flip this over so it doesn't all look the same. And there we go. Okay, so now we have clouds on there. Subtle clouds, not perfect clouds. This all works better when you do this before you attach it to your card. I'm just saying. But now our cute little bunny is going to stand out on here as well. I'm going to attach him with some glue dots at the bottom. These layers of bunny ears are a little thick, so I'll just put the glue, or the dimensional, sorry, down here. They get thick when you use glue dots to add them, and then, you know, the layers of cardstock. So this will kind of take up that space by putting dimensionals under here. I'm going to stick one more down. If you give me just a sec. I think, ooh, I got rid of all those random leftover pieces. That always makes me happy. And then I'm going to stick one more little corner piece in here, like so. Okay. So now I'm going to stamp or place that down. And then we're going to add our sentiment. You're going to giggle about this. I stamped my sentiment, which, by the way, I'm pulling from the Easter Friends stamp set, which is just so cute. And it's got chicks and a bunny, but I like that bunny. But I love the Happy Easter. And then I'm going to take one of the sentiments to put on the inside as well. So I'm kind of using this as a sentiment set. But it's a very, very sweet set. Okay. So I'm going to stamp this, I think I'm stressing about this a little bit. I stamped it originally in Blushing Bride, but I really did not like the look of it. And I also did not like the look of the stamped off Blushing Bride. So I'm thinking, actually, maybe I could use Pear Pizzazz, or what is this color? Pool Party. That might just be the ticket. Here we go. There we are. Happy Easter. How flippin' cute is that? All right. So then I'm going to take a piece of white that's 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to stamp the little sentiment that goes on the inside of this. And I just need a block for that. Sending warm and happy wishes this spring. Ah, so cute. All right, so we're going to put this in here like so. And there we have, just like the cutest, super cute card ever. Isn't that fun? It's just so sweet and simple. You could put some clouds on here too if you wanted, but yeah. All right. Okay. I'm giggling. I'm looking back at the comments here. All right, so our next card is going to feature this same set, the Wildflower Path. And this is a card that I'm casing from one of the Stampin' Up! Concept artists. Her name is Melody Hyde. She's amazing. She made a really cute card quite a while ago, and it actually was the card that made me get this stamp set, which I don't know, can some of you relate to that? Maybe. So we're going to try and case it, and I think you guys are going to like this one. I got to clean up my space, though, because I'm really trying super duper 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 hard to be tidier in my stamping. Oh my gosh, the struggle is so hard, though. All right. Okay, so for this card, I'm going to start with just a scrap of white cardstock. And then I'm going to stamp this stem, basically, on here several times. And I'm going to do that in different colors, kind of a rainbow effect, really. And you'll have to tell me what colors you would like, because that's where we can kind of have a little fun with this. I'm going to start, I kind of want to do a rainbow, but not, if that makes sense. Something that is kind of rainbowy, but kind of not. Okay, so with that, I'm going to start with Granny Apple Green, and then I'm going to continue with Coastal Cabana, because let's be honest. Okay, I'm gonna go on to Pacific Point. Okay, so I've got my first three colors, which I think are great. Then I'm going to do a little Fresh Freesia, which I think is going to be really pretty. And then some Rich Raspberry, but I don't know. Maybe. This is where I'm not positive. We could pull in some gorgeous grape. Ooh, maybe that's the color we need. Oh yeah, I think this could be it. Okay, so here's our color combination. All right, so I'm going to start like this. And by the way, we're going to die cut this out with a rectangle die at the end, so just be aware of that. Okay, so I'm going to start kind of up here, like so. Okay. Then between each of these, of course, I'm going to clean my stamp so as to not contaminate anything. So my chamois is my superstar for that. All right, so here we go. The color, we got to let the color that lets us know God loves us, we got to pull that out. Okay, I'm also going to take another image from this stamp set and stamp it on a scrap paper. As soon as I find my scrap. Here we go. Woo! Okay, so we're going to stamp that as well on each of these colors. Okay, next up, Coastal Cabana. Okay, and on this, we're going to have this go in another direction. You can see I've kind of got the leaves in between. And then we'll stamp this like so. All right, and oops, our scrap like so, and clean. Actually, we don't really need to clean because the next color is dark and it'll be fine. Okay, here we've got Pacific Point. Okay, I'll flip it around again. This time I have it kind of in the middle. And then we'll do that. Continuing, gotta clean. Do my flowers on my scrap. Clean and continue. I didn't clean that very well. One more time. Freesia's a light color. We don't want to mess anything up. Then let's close this baby up because, oh my gosh, we don't want any problems. Fresh Freesia is our next color. And flip it once again. Oh, so pretty. Like that. clean flowers. And our final color is going to be Gorgeous Grape. Okay, so we'll put that on here. Oh, I got a little bit of a drop of water on here. Hold on. It's gonna be okay, everybody. I got Kleenex. No one will know. It's because my and actually there's still some water on here. It's because there was too much water in my chamois and that kind of droplet came out, but it's okay. Remember all those flowers we're stamping? We're gonna cover that little mishap up with one of these flowers. Okay, so we've got all those on there. Now I also want to add my sentiment, which is Happy Birthday. And first, actually, I want to die cut this. So I'm going to pull out my, these are the Stitched Rectangles dies. And that one's not quite as big as I want. So I'm going to do the third to largest. There we go. And then I'm going to stamp my sentiment at the bottom here. So let me quick run this through my machine. So I love these colors because they're just kind of fun, springy colors. And now, let me close that up. We're going to take some Smoky Slate to stamp our sentiment. Okay, so the set comes with this Happy Birthday. So I'm just going to stamp that at the bottom. And I love this font of the Happy Birthday. Okay, so that looks great. Now what I want to do with this is I cut all these flowers out, and I know this is going to take just a minute, but we're going to take and add one of the flowers on each row to kind of dress up our card. Okay, so this will take a moment or two to cut these out, but let's come up with a topic to discuss. Let's see. Okay, this is important. Miley Cyrus's mom, Tish, I think is her name, according to like People magazine or something, she filed for divorce again. Oh, can't anyone make it? Can't Billy Ray and Tish find happiness? I kid, of course. Oh, actually, I know something. Speaking of Hollywood and singers a little bit, I booked a concert for myself and my husband last week that I'm pretty excited about. We are going to go see Coldplay in Chicago in May. I'm very excited. That's one of my bucket list concerts. Of course, other bucket list concerts on my list would be U2 and let's see, U2, who else do I want to see? Billy Joel. I saw Elton John a couple years ago on his current tour that got postponed basically because of COVID. It was really good, by the way. If you have the opportunity to see Elton John, I highly recommend it. That is like, that man can still rock. I mean, it's crazy. He's about the same age as my mom. And let's just say, wow, I don't see my mom filling a stadium and rocking the whole thing. Oh, you saw Billy and Elton John together. That would have been amazing. I know. That, you know, what was I doing in the 80s when they toured together all the time? Why didn't I do that? I probably was young and poor, but still. I do regret not going. Billy Joel was in Minneapolis a couple years ago, well, pre-COVID, I'm sure, because everything happened before COVID. But I didn't go to that concert. And then my assistant Whitney, she had booked tickets to see the Rolling Stones, I think in May of 2020, which of course that got canceled. And she was worried that if they didn't rebook the tour, one of them was going to die. And then I think the drummer died. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so U2 is on my list. Billy Joel. Who else would be on my list of bands to see? My bucket list. I don't know. Okay, so one more of these. See, we've talked enough. It's good. Linda said she hasn't seen the latest Outlander. I have not watched any of the current season yet. I really am kind of waiting for them to all come out at once so I can binge it. But then I'm like, I don't know, maybe I should just watch them one at a time. The struggle is real. How do you choose what to do? But I'm really looking forward to it. And this is important. I found out that they're already shooting season 7 right now. That makes me happy. I don't know when it's coming out. It'll be forever, but they're at least shooting it, so that's good. Also, this is really funny too. I think I've told you guys before, I was watching I've been watching Yellowstone with my husband because he hasn't seen it yet. And we were watching it last night, and he is into it totally. He never wants to admit when he likes shows, but he was into it. I think it's pretty cool. So anyway, okay, so now we have talked long enough about all things important. By the way, I did not acknowledge one of the things you guys shared on here, which was that Britney Spears is apparently pregnant. I don't know if that's true, but yikes. That's my only comment on that. Okay. So, here we are. We're going to take and glue dot these cute little flowers that we just fussy cut whilst discussing important concerts of our day that must be seen. Somebody's 1883. I know I haven't seen that yet. I know it's good. I haven't figured out how to find it, like where to watch it. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, so I'm going to start by placing all of these little flowers on here. I'll kind of smoosh them, because I want them to be not flat. And we'll go in order. And then we're going to make sure that we cover up that smudge right here with one of these flowers. I cut the biggest one for that color in true crafting style. It's almost better than Yellowstone. Oh my goodness, that sounds amazing. Okay, so we're just kind of putting these on here pretty randomly. And we'll stick that one over here, and then this one will cover our schmooch. There we go. And see, now you don't even know it's there. It's perfect. How cute is that? All right, so I'm going to take and put this on just a simple white card base, because that's my jam. Joni Mitchell, Aerosmith, Boston, and Chicago. Who is coming here? Matchbox 20 is coming. I think that might be kind of fun. And whoever is with them is also really good, like from the 90s and early 2000s. And then there's another concert coming that I was kind of interested in. I don't know. Okay, so there we go. Just super simple. Now we could also embellish these with little rhinestones. Because, let's be honest, rhinestones make everything better. So let's pull some of those out. I'm going to use the little ones in the centers of these flowers, and everything is better with a little bling, as y'all know. But I thought this was a really fun card to do. So cute. Oh, Pearl Jam. Oh my. James Taylor. Leah saw Matchbox 20 years ago. Oh, Maroon 5 open forum. I saw Maroon 5 a few years ago too. That was a lot of fun. Okay. All right. Good call. There we go. There should be a show of music from the Office soundtrack. Ooh, the Office. Oh, interesting. I always giggle because there is a scene in The Office when they play Tiny Dancer, you know, from Billy Joel. But I really struggle to sing Tiny Dancer as Tiny Dancer. I think it's more the way Phoebe Buffay sings it in Friends, which is Tony Danza, not Tiny Dancer, which, by the way, is awesome. Okay. All right, so that was our second card. Our next card is, ooh, this is a really pretty card. I received this card in a card swap a long time ago, and I've actually kind of been itching to make this for a long time. And so I finally remembered to cut all the pieces for you today. This is going to feature the Inspired Thoughts bundle. But if you want this, I recommend getting it. However, ooh, I got to figure out what I did with the dies because I pulled them out to die cut and I did not put them back. That sounds like me. But the dies in this set are pretty awesome, but I believe they are available. Oh, here we go. Cheaper individually. So there's this big tree top die, which is really cool. I die cut this from a scrap, so I would get about a tree and a half worth. And then what we're going to do is take and use another die that's in this set, which is like a hill. And so I've die cut the hill several times. Now the first thing I'm going to do is, remember how we made that cloud stencil? We're going to use that again. Do clear stamps stamp clear on a hard surface, or should I use the pad? That's a great question. I recommend the pad because, well, the surface I have, can you hear that? It's not smooth. And you'll get really good results if you use the pad. The other part is photopolymer stamps don't have any foam. You can see on a red rubber there's foam which squishes, but there's nothing to squish here. It's just hard. So yeah, I would recommend it. We have a piercing mat in our catalog that works really well for that. Okay, so I'm going to take my piece of white cardstock and use that sponge once again, or not sponge, cloud punch as a stencil once again. And we're going to add some clouds in the background. However, what did I do? Oh, here's my blending brush. I put it back. Funny. All right, so I'm going to use Pool Party once again. And since I have all these pads out, I'm pretty sure Pool Party is one of them. So let's clean up a little. We'll find the pad we're looking for. And yep, it was at the bottom of the stack. Okay. Let's see. I only have retro wooden stamps with rubber. Am I out of luck using those? Oh, no, you totally can use any kind of stamp will work. Nope, you totally can. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my grid paper here once again, since we're sponging, but I'm going to create a little bit of a background. And you know what? I chose Pool Party, but I'm changing my mind. I want some balmy blue instead. It really doesn't make a huge difference what color you pick for your sky. Just go with it. Okay, so I'm going to do balmy blue. I'm going to get rid of that first bit of blue. And we're going to start, I like to start kind of at the bottom and work my way up. And I already got schmutz on this, so let's turn it over. Okay, so I'm just going to sponge some color over. There we go, you can see that nicely. We want to get rid of the first bit of ink off to the side because it is typically really dark and we want it to not be quite so dark. So you can see I'm going to stick with this top part of my cloud. I don't like the flat part. Okay, so I'm just going to sponge some layers over the top and then just keep moving this around, going up, and some are I'm doing a little bit lighter, some I'm doing darker. You can see I haven't actually added ink for a while. We'll do a little more ink because we're starting to get pretty light. But there we go. We have a beautiful cloudy background. So isn't that fun? And then like this one, I feel like it needs just a little more color. There we go. Oh, so much better. Okay, so there's the background. Now, as mentioned, I've die cut my trees, which are going to go on here roughly like this. And then I'm going to take, and I've die cut some scraps, roughly 2 inches by 4 inches of, let's see, I've got Old Olive is my first color. Then I did a scrap of Pear Pizzazz, and finally a scrap of Soft Seafoam. So all of these I've die cut with the little hill die that comes in this set. And what I'm going to do with those is position them on here, kind of to create some rolling hills. Okay. And I'm going to trim off the excess on the back of this cardstock layer, so we'll be pulling some of these off. And then I also want this piece to kind of fit, and I can cut this off as well so it doesn't stick out. But this piece is going to kind of fit in between the layers also. I think I'm going to use this piece because it's got a little thicker end over here. It's just the other half of what I die cut. Okay, so we'll start with this piece. We'll add in this piece, and then finally we'll tuck in this piece. And you can see they're all kind of a little different. And then this is going to go kind of in between the layers. Isn't that awesome? All right, so to do that, I'm going to start by adhering this down. And what I like to do is kind of put my paper down with some adhesive. I have not pressed it in. And then I can kind of rearrange these as I need to, and then we'll trim off the excess at the end. I just like getting everything kind of positioned on here. Now to adhere this, I'm going to bring in that silicone craft sheet that I had a minute ago, because it's one of my favorite adhering tools. So we're going to use that with some liquid glue and a sponge. Alrighty. And I'm going to use that to put some glue on the back side of this to hold it in place on our card, and then we'll just put the rest there. We go. That looks pretty good. Okay, now I haven't done the wow part of this card yet. Oops, I'm gonna have to trim this just a little bit more, and that's okay because I had to pull this up. All right, so now I'm going to kind of push down on all of these layers. Okay, and then we're gonna trim everybody off on the back. And then I'm also gonna trim that little sliver of white that's showing at the moment, because we can't have that. Let's be honest here. You could do this with a trimmer, but since I have my snips right here, we'll just go for it. And I'm using that edge of the cardstock. Since I can see it straight, I'm just going to use the edge to get that off. Okay, so really awesome. I'm going to flip this over and trim off this portion as well. Okay, now here's where things get funky. Are you guys ready for this? Because this is what makes this card. And let me tell you how I got it. So there's a circle die that comes in this set. I think it's probably supposed to be for like a sun or something. I don't know. But I made an intertube tire out of it, and we're going to put a tire swing on one of these trees. Now, how did I do that? Well, let me tell you, it took a while to find the perfect size circle for the inner circle. I tried quite a few different things, but ultimately, do you want to know what I used? A 3-hole punch. So I took a scrap of black cardstock. I know I have, here we go. Okay. And I punched it out of my 3-hole punch. And then I centered the die on here. I stuck it down with a Post-it note, so it would stay in place. Ran that through my machine, and then I got a tire out of it. So I know you think I'm brilliant, but I cannot actually claim this idea for my own. It was made by somebody named Betty S. Betty S. We're just going to go with that. Okay, so now let's attach our tire swing on. So I'm going to use some linen thread, aka rope, tire swing rope. And I'm often one who says, oh, just, you don't have to tie things on. But I think in this case, I mean, we went to the effort of making the tire swing, so we're going to tie it on versus just like gluing it on top. So we're actually going to tie this on. So I'll do, I suppose this is a double knot, I think. Okay, so I've got that on there. I'm just kind of pulling it. Look at how cute that is. Okay. And then, of course, it's going to go up here on under the tree and hang down. Okay. So I'll just snip this off. And then I'm literally going to attach this by kind of slipping it under my tree on one end. And you could put a little dab of glue or something in there to hold it in place if you felt that was necessary. I don't even know if I feel it's necessary, but I'm kind of committed at this point. I just have a little teeny dab of glue in there. And then we will a little bit more permanently glue dot this end down to our card so that it stays in place. Okay, and for that, I'll just take this and kind of smoosh it up so I can position it on the underside of said tire swing. Okay. So I know y'all think that I'm amazing, and I tend to agree with you, but I did not come up with this amazing, amazing idea. So how flippin' cute is that? Oh my gosh. Okay. Now let's finish this card up. First of all, I'm going to come back and stamp or sponge a little bit on a second panel. Now this panel is going to be used for the inside of our card. So I don't have to have quite as many, but I'm just going to do a few more clouds because I can, and it's pretty, and all the stuff is right here. So not a ton of clouds, just a few more clouds for the inside just to make it nice. Okay. And then I'm also going to stamp my sentiment, and there's a whole bunch of different choices in the Inspired Thoughts stamp set. This is a really great set. So I think I'm just going to use the hello, and we'll stamp that on here like so. on our little, I've got just a scrap of crumb cake cardstock. So I'm going to stamp this in some soft suede ink. I have a little visitor visiting me in my office right now, and she's gone. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp hello on here, like so. Oh, so cute. And then I'm going to punch the end. Okay. Ooh, Judy says I'm missing a lot on Outlander. I know, right? What is the paper for the grass? So it's soft seafoam, Pear Pizzazz, and Old Olive. And did you guys know that when I post our projects on my blog, I do something extra special, and that is I type up project sheets that you can download with the projects that I do on my blog. And this is something new I've been doing. So I try to get them up on Tuesday, but often it's Wednesday before they're up, and sometimes a little later depending on life. But it's kind of a fun little thing that I've been doing that I hope you guys appreciate or enjoy. And so let me know in the comments if you have downloaded them. Like I said, I'll put a link to my blog in here after we're done, like tomorrow, and then you can do that. Okay, so my card base is going to be soft suede. So we'll attach this layer right onto our card. And then I will add that inside layer. And I've got my leftover pieces of Rolling Hills that I can just add this to the inside as well. So we've got some clouds up here, and then we're just going to take that leftover scrap. And we don't have to have like Rolling Hills. We can have like a hill, maybe two for in here, like that. And we'll just tuck that in to kind of spruce up the inside of our card. So there we go. Of course, we'll trim this off, and then we'll stick it inside our card. So I know when you guys like when I stamp the insides of cards. So here it is. Kind of fun carrying the design through. You could even throw a tree in here if you wanted, but I only cut enough. So I could do the outside of my card. All right, so isn't that just so stinking cute? So these dies are ones I recommend. Like I said, I believe they're discounted right now, like substantially discounted, which is pretty awesome. And so that's going to be a great set of dies to get. And I'm telling you that knowing that there's nothing else to replace these trees. I recommend them. They're pretty awesome. And I've made some really cute cards with them. I did a video, like I said, last week that had all my samples, and I had several samples with this set of dies. Okay, so that's our third card. Now, our final card was a guest request for the Seize the Day bundle. And this is one that I thought we'd make kind of a quick and easy card from, but I don't have it planned. So this is going to be, let's see what we can come up with project. And we might be stopped in our tracks because I can't figure out what I did with my stamp set. I had it here. I pulled it out so we could use it, and it's gone. How's that? This is the stuff that happens to me, right? Hold on. I think I found it. Yep, I did. It was under the other sets that I've used. Okay, so first of all, I think we can all agree Dina needs to tidy just a moment, for just a moment. And then we're going to make a cute card with this. Of course, I have an idea in my head of what I think we should have for this. We'll see if it comes out the way I intended. I think it will. But this is a really fun set. And I'm kind of bummed it's getting retired. I don't know why exactly. I wish they kept it, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. They don't ask me what they should keep and what they should get rid of, which is too bad. I have opinions, as you know, on the matter. But all right, I'm gonna flip that. Okay. All right. One more thing gets put away. So we've got this, and then, oh, what did I do with that little circle? I know it's around here somewhere. There we go. Look at me keeping pieces together. So good. All right. So our next card is going to be with the Seize the Day bundle. I did I don't want to say epic, but a pretty awesome card here a few weeks ago with this bundle. So I think it'll be fun to pull something out with this time. I'm going to keep it a little bit simpler. We had all kinds of watercoloring and all kinds of things happening, which were pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. But I think we'll keep this one just a little bit simpler. I've got the stamps, and you can see I pulled out the octopus, the octopi. I don't know, is that what you would call it? I wanted to use that, so there we go. So I think thanks from the depths of my heart would go nicely with this, because octopi, they stay in the bottom of the ocean pretty much. They squirt around places, but they're kind of bottom dwellers, really. All right, so I'm going to start with stamping a few images to kind of build up a little bit of fun stuff on here, and then we're going to pop up our octopus. It's really only one, so octopus. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my piece of cardstock. I'm going to start with a layer of white, and then we're going to do some blending on this. Oh, I love the blending. And I want this to really stand out. So I'm going to make it kind of a pinky orangey color, as they are in real life often. And then I want my background to be kind of pretty, but not like over the top, I guess. So we're going to keep it kind of simple, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Man, but those words sure aren't coming out very easy, are they? Whew. All right. So I'm going to use a little bit of Pear Pizzazz for the seaweed. And I think I'm going to stamp off the first layer because I want it to be kind of light. Ooh, perfect. I'll ink that up again, stamp it off again, and then stamp another one over here and here. Okay, and maybe a couple more. Stamp it off twice just so they're nice and light. So there we go. That looks pretty good. We're going to do a little sponging on here for the background. So I'm going to take my Pool Party blending brush, pardon me, or generally aqua colored stuff. And I'm going to just sponge on here a little bit to create kind of a background. Don't like any of this. Not coming out the way I wanted. Okay, so let's start over. Let's forget about the blending. Stamp off. There we go. Better. And then I'm going to pull in a scrap of white, and we're going to stamp our octopus. And for that, as I mentioned, I wanted it to be kind of bright pinky red. So I'm going to ink him up in some Melon Mambo ink. And then I'm going to take my red blending brush and add some real red ink on here. So I'm loading up my blending brush with some red ink, and then we're just going to kind of add that on here like so. And you know what else we're going to do? I'm going to take a rich raspberry marker, and I'm going to just kind of go along those little suckers along the base and just add a little bit of color. It's not going to be a ton. But just a little bit to color those. Okay, we'll see how this works. Okay, like any good stamper, I'm going to give it a huff. That kind of re-moistens things. And there we go. That's not really what I wanted either. It's not bad. It's just not great. I don't see the red as brightly as I thought. So let's switch to a little pinkier pink, which I'm going to do polished pink. So I got to clean this all off. I hope you don't mind. We're going to get this right. I got ink all over, so let's really get her clean. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up in polished pink ink, which is kind of a lighter, pinkier pink than my Melon Mambo. And then rather than using my blending brush, I think I'm going to use my, I'm going to use a sponge dauber. So let me dig out a sponge dauber that would be Poppy Parade. Okay, so I'm just going to sponge some Poppy Parade on its head and a little bit on its side of its body. And hopefully that will kind of give me the look I'm going for. And then we're going to put some more. I did like the little suckers on the tentacles in some rich raspberry ink. So we'll do that once again. Now this is a Stampin' Write marker, not a Stampin' Blend. Stampin' Blends would not work for this technique because they would dry out much too quickly. And they also probably would stain your stamp pretty well. That's not the end of the world, but some people don't like that either. Okay. Now let's try this again and see. Got a huff on it. Oh yeah, that's much better. So you can actually see the different colors on here. Okay, so I'm going to take and, well, let's color the, or die cut this quick. We'll die cut this out. And I'm just going to hold that in place with a Post-it so it doesn't move on me. Run it through my machine. And, oh, cute. Oh, look at me, I'm full of ink. Well, that sounds about right. Okay, so let's come over here. Now, I did not like how this looked before, so let's, ooh, you know what? I think I might know why I don't like any of this. Well, hang with me. Okay, here's why. we're gonna watercolor this really quick. Trust me when I tell you it's going to work out better. All right, so I always have me a wine glass full of water, a Sassenach wine glass full of water, so that I can do some quick watercoloring. Okay, let me grab my rag, and we're going to watercolor this. This is the problem, is it's not watercolored. We need some water on here. So I'm going to just get myself some Pool Party ink. I'm picking more up on a block just so I can add some uneven color on here, so that looks good. Then I'm going to take and heat this up, and we're going to stamp on top of it with those seaweed bits. Oh, it's still a little wet. Hold on. Woo! Staining is the least of your concerns. I know, right? It really is mine too. I like that my stamps are used. Well loved. Okay, so I'm going to come back to this time I'm going to use Granny Apple Green, a little brighter shade for our seaweed. And I'm just going to stamp that on here. Now, because this is watercolor paper, it's not going to stamp quite as perfectly. That's okay, because we'll fix that up just a little bit with our water painter. So I'm going to put a little bit of water on here. And I'm just kind of blending this. I'm not doing anything fancy, but putting clear water over the stamped portions. And what that does is it, ooh, I got a drip though. Anywhere where the stamping isn't perfect, it just like up here where stamping isn't perfect, it just kind of blends it out and then fills it in a little bit, so it just looks a little nicer. Okay. And I do actually tend to use water in a glass next to me when I'm coloring, because then I don't run out of water in my tube, and I can control the water a little bit better as well. It's just my personal preference. Okay, so there we go. That looks nice. Then we have our little octopus, and we're going to take him and clear Winkastella him, because, I mean, hello. I know he would glisten given the opportunity. Okay, so I'm putting clear Winkastella all over him. Like so. All right, now I think I might need to trim this slightly. I'm not 100% sure what color it is, or size it is. I just grabbed a scrap and went with it. Okay. Oh, it is 4 inches. Well, we'll make it 3 3/4. 3 3/4 by 5. All right. And then we're going to place this on, oh, I thought I had a piece, but I guess not. Let's see. We'll put it on a Coastal Cabana card base, and then a layer of Granny Apple Green, which will be 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp up here, I think in, I wish I would have used, actually I'm going to change my mind and use Bermuda Bay instead. And then I'm going to stamp my sentiment. So I'm giving this a second to really get off the ink, or off the stamp onto the cardstock. I just like the richer color of Bermuda Bay better against this Pool Party. And if I were to switch anything about this, instead of doing Pool Party in the background, I would have done Coastal Cabana ink in the background because it's a happier color. This Pool Party, it's really changed over the years. It used to be a much happier color, and now it's kind of a dirty color, for lack of a better explanation. I actually have talked to Stampin' Up! About this before, and the last time was several years ago, but the response I received from them at that point was that basically that our inks kind of, and cardstock, everything is kind of on a, not a sliding scale, because that's not right. That's not the right terminology, but it kind of has a window of acceptable color, and it still fits within the window of acceptable color range for this color. But I argue it is not as pretty as it once was. But I don't know. I'm not in charge. So I'm going to take, I'm going to take and fold up my card base here. And then we can even stamp. I'll still use Pool Party though. And we'll put some bubbles in here. Yeah, I don't like the bubbles, but that's all right. The only reason I don't like them is because I would have stamped them a little differently. But I'm going to put a little bit of Clear Wink Estella on them, and that might make them a little better. Okay. This is not exactly how I had it in my brain, but we're going to go with it. It's not terrible. Now, I do want to embellish just a little. Ooh, I'm going to take, these are sequins from the Artistry Blooms sequins, which are being retired. Oh my gosh, I'm so sad about that. I love sequins, especially the adhesive back kind. But we'll just throw a couple of these on here, a few, to jazz things up a bit. So there we go. Maybe one more. We'll move this one. Shh, don't tell anybody. There we go. Okay. So now we've got some sequins on there and everything's a little better. All right, let me show you the cards I made today. They're kind of fun, I think. All right, and then I'm going to mention real quick my events coming up this week, and hopefully you can join in. All right, so we made a cute little squishy bunny butt on our first card with a ladybug and a daisy. If you missed the beginning, go back and watch. It's worth it. Second, we made this pretty card. This was a case off of a card that one of the Stampin' Up! Concept artists created. And then this was a card that I received in a swap that we created from Betty S. And is just so pretty. With those clouds in the background, and of course our tire swing. And then finally a guest request, which was the Seize the Day bundle. And this was our card. I didn't even put anything on the inside. But anyway, watch for these cards. Again, they will show up on my blog with project sheets that you can download. The link will be posted here in the video probably tomorrow. And then I want to talk about the events that I have coming up. So first of all, registration is going to open tomorrow for my InColor Club. It's going to be awesome. I've been working on this for a little while now, and I think I've got all the details planned out that are going to make it pretty great. You can join one of several different ways, and as mentioned, all of that will be explained in detail tomorrow. If you're not on my email list, make sure you join in. There's a link in the description of the video. Tomorrow is our Stampin' Game Night workshop live. It will only be available to be viewed by the people who are registered, so make sure you get registered. You can join in tonight with Mystery Stamping. The clues are already posted in our Facebook group. This is the graphic of the Facebook group, and it's called Stampin' Game Night Workshop with the Creativity Cave. If you don't have the link and would like to register, you can do so by emailing me, and I will send you the link. And then I've got some more classes coming up that I explained at the top of the video. So if you want to check those out, go ahead. Otherwise, I'll see y'all later. Thanks so much for stamping with me. A thumbs up would rock my world. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel here in the corner so you don't miss any more awesome videos. I will see you again later this week with some more fun stuff. Otherwise, have a great night, friends. Bye-bye.